New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy and State Health Commissioner Judith Persicelli joined other lawmakers Friday morning as they visited the Morristown Mall in Burlington to visit one of the state's 6 vaccination mega sites. The push is to instill trust in the black and minority communities who have certainly been the hardest hit by the pandemic.
There is rightful skepticism given the sordid history in our communities of color, especially as it relates to, for many reasons, but in particular as it relates to vaccines. And the notion that you've got folks who are role models in there, a senator, a Riva, who is a leader of the New Jersey Black Issues Convention, a World War II veteran, a woman who has been out there shaking the community to come in and get vaccinated, is really important.
I was honored and privileged as someone who's a type 2 diabetic to get the vaccine today. I think it's critically important, especially for those in the African American community who've been pummeled by the COVID pandemic, to recognize that with the history, and we must be honest, the history of healthcare mistreatment to some degree to those in the African American community, the experimentation, if you think back to the Tuskegee experiment, I think many of us have to overcome that and trust the science in order for us to get beyond this pandemic.
At least 477,000 have received their first vaccinations in New Jersey, with nearly 60,000 fully vaccinated with both doses. So far, the big mega vaccination sites have served their purpose.
This is still an appointments-based system. We can't have what happened in Florida, where you saw people, a lot of seniors, by the way, I might add, camping out all night, waiting around the block to get in to get their vaccine. So this is an appointments-based system, and it will be, I think, for the entirety of this process, unless Judy decides otherwise. But a big reason, and a big animating reason why we're doing the call center, is overwhelmingly for seniors.
You know, we've had very few no-shows. I think if you look at over the last 4 weeks virtual, we have provided roughly a little over 20,000 vaccines, and we have had absolutely no waste. We have very little no-shows, but in the event that we do have a no-show, if we have someone that's on the schedule that's relatively close that we can call to come in, we will do that. We plan to have zero waste.
By the way, for those of you who live in surrounding states like New York or Pennsylvania, you cannot come to New Jersey to get your vaccination. You must either be a resident, work in the Garden State, or study in the state. For New Jersey News Network, I'm Phil Andrews.
I might twist it on a little bit.
I'm gonna do all.